Ever told someone not to do something, secretly hoping they would do just that? Welcome to the intriguing world of reverse psychology, a tactic where you achieve your desired outcome by suggesting the opposite of what you really want. This psychological maneuver is not just a quirky trick, but a profound strategy used in various aspects of life, from parenting to high-stakes negotiations. Today, we're diving into the art of reverse psychology, exploring its effectiveness and versatility. Imagine a parent subtly encouraging their child to clean their room by saying, "I bet you can't clean your room in 10 minutes." Or a marketer who increases demand for a product by claiming it's nearly out of stock. These scenarios harness the power of reverse psychology, tapping into a person's natural tendency to resist direct commands or challenge restrictions. But why does reverse psychology work? At its core, this strategy leverages our innate desire for autonomy and control. When someone tells us we can't or shouldn't do something, our natural response is often to prove them wrong, thereby asserting our independence. This reaction is particularly strong in situations where we feel our freedom to choose is being constrained. Reverse psychology isn't just about trickery or simple reverse statements. It's a nuanced technique that requires timing, understanding of human psychology, and a touch of finesse. The effectiveness of reverse psychology can vary greatly depending on factors such as the relationship between the individuals involved, the context of the interaction, and the personalities at play. As we prepare to unfold 8 powerful strategies to master this technique, remember, the goal is not just to influence behavior, but to foster better understanding and cooperation between people. Whether you're a parent, a marketer, a negotiator, or simply someone interested in the dynamics of human interaction, these insights will provide you with tools to enhance your influence in a subtle yet impactful way. Stay tuned as we explore some clever strategies to harness the power of reverse psychology. Let's delve into our first strategy of reverse psychology, the forbidden fruit effect. This strategy is based on a simple human behavior pattern, desiring something more intensely when it's off limits. The name itself is inspired by the biblical story of Adam and Eve, where the allure of the forbidden fruit proved irresistible. In parenting, this effect can be seen when children are told they cannot have certain toys or snacks. This often makes the item seem more desirable, leading to increased curiosity and even tantrums. For example, a parent might tell their child, "You can play with any toy in the room except for this one." This restriction naturally piques the child's interest in the forbidden toy, making it more appealing than it might actually be. Similarly, in marketing, companies use this effect to their advantage by creating an aura of exclusivity around their products. They might release a limited edition item or announce that a product is only available for a short time. This tactic was famously used by McDonald's with their McRib sandwich, which is only offered occasionally and always creates a buzz. Another example is high-end fashion brands that produce limited quantities of a product to boost its perceived value and desirability. Both these scenarios show how reverse psychology can be effectively used to manipulate interest and demand. By understanding the psychological triggers behind the forbidden fruit effect, parents and marketers alike can craft strategies that not only meet their goals, but also engage and influence behavior in subtle and complex ways. Moving on to our second strategy of reverse psychology, let's explore the reverse ultimatum. This intriguing tactic involves presenting choices in such a way that the desired outcome is subtly positioned as the less favorable option. This method plays on the human tendency to assert independence by making decisions that appear to defy suggestions or expectations. Imagine a scenario where a manager wants to encourage their team to choose a more challenging project, which, although tougher, offers greater rewards and learning opportunities. Instead of directly suggesting the tougher project, the manager might present it alongside an easier option, but frame it as less beneficial to personal growth and career advancement. The manager could say, "You can take the easy project and have a relaxed few weeks," Or you can challenge yourselves with this tougher project, which might be a bit overwhelming. This reverse ultimatum makes the team more likely to choose the challenging project, believing it to be their own defiant choice against the easier path. Similarly, parents can use this strategy with children. For example, when encouraging a child to eat healthier, a parent might say, "You can have the broccoli if you want, but I guess it might be too much for you tonight, and that's okay." Often, the child will eat the broccoli to prove they can handle it, thus making the healthier choice seem like their own assertive decision. This strategy leverages the psychology of autonomy and resistance against being controlled, guiding individuals to make decisions that, while seemingly against the suggested option, are actually in line with what the suggester initially wanted. The reverse ultimatum, when used wisely, can be a powerful tool in both personal and professional contexts, subtly steering decisions in the desired direction without overt persuasion. Next, let's dive into the third strategy of reverse psychology, the go-ahead challenge. This tactic cleverly encourages people to engage in activities they're initially hesitant about by daring them to prove their capabilities. It capitalizes on the human desire to overcome doubts and prove oneself, especially when someone suggests they might not be able to. Picture a scenario where a coach is dealing with an athlete who doubts their ability to complete a particularly strenuous part of their training. Instead of simply reassuring the athlete, the coach might challenge them by saying, "Maybe this is too tough for you right now. Feel free to skip it if you're not up for the challenge." This reverse psychology can ignite a fire in the athlete, pushing them to tackle the challenge head-on just to prove the coach wrong. This method doesn't only apply in sports, but can be effectively used in various settings. For instance, in a classroom, a teacher might notice a student hesitating to participate in a debate. The teacher could use the go-ahead challenge by commenting, "It's okay if you feel you're not ready to debate this topic with your classmates. We can wait until you're more confident." Often this will prompt the student to participate more eagerly, driven by the desire to prove their readiness and capability. The go-ahead challenge works by subtly nudging individuals out of their comfort zones, encouraging them to face their fears or hesitations head-on, often leading to personal growth and a reinforced sense of self-efficacy. Moving into the fourth intriguing strategy of reverse psychology, we explore the Negotiator's paradox. This technique is often employed in high-stakes negotiation settings to achieve better outcomes by initially asking for the opposite of what one truly desires. Imagine a business negotiation where one party is keen to sell their product at a higher price point. Instead of starting the discussion with their ideal selling price, they might begin by showing a willingness to offer a significant discount. This tactic plays on the psychological tendency of the opposing party to negotiate towards a middle ground, often leading to a final agreement closer to the initial higher price desired by the seller. For instance, in real estate, a buyer might start by stating they are looking for a fully furnished home when they actually prefer it unfurnished. This can lead the seller to offer concessions or lower the price to remove the furniture, ultimately giving the buyer the bare home they wanted at a better price. The Negotiator's paradox works by shifting the focus and expectations of the negotiation, creating a psychological space where the opposing party feels they are gaining more by driving the bargain themselves. This method is not only effective in business, but can be cleverly adapted to everyday situations where negotiation is key. Whether it's negotiating curfews with teenagers or project deadlines at work, flipping your initial requests can lead to surprisingly favorable outcomes, making it a powerful tool in the arsenal of reverse psychology tactics. Transitioning into our fifth strategy of reverse psychology, we delve into the parental paradox, a fascinating application of these tactics in family dynamics. In the realm of parenting, reverse psychology isn't just a trick. It's often a strategic approach to foster independence and encourage good behavior in children without overt enforcement. Picture this scenario. A parent wants their child to choose healthier snacks. Instead of directly imposing these snacks, they might say, "I'm not sure you'll like these carrot sticks. They're quite a grown-up taste." This statement may pique the child's curiosity and defiance, leading them to try the carrot sticks, just to prove the parent wrong. Another example is when a parent, knowing their child dislikes cleaning their room, might say, "I bet you can't clean your room in 10 minutes. This challenge might spark the child's competitive spirit, turning a mundane task into a fun, achievable game. The Parental Paradox leverages a child's natural drive for autonomy and recognition by framing choices and challenges in a way that makes them appealing. This approach not only promotes better decision-making in children, but also enhances their self-esteem as they feel they are making the choices themselves. By understanding and utilizing the parental paradox, parents can subtly guide their children towards positive behaviors and decisions, all while the children feel they are in control. Transitioning seamlessly from the subtleties of the parental paradox, we introduce the Socratic Method, an ancient yet ever-relevant technique of reverse psychology. Originally developed by the Greek philosopher Socrates, this method employs a series of strategic questions to challenge beliefs and stimulate critical thinking. Imagine you're in a debate where your goal is to align someone's opinion with your own. Instead of directly opposing their view, you ask a sequence of questions that gradually expose contradictions in their arguments. For example, if someone believes that all news on the internet is trustworthy, you might ask, "Have you ever come across an article online that turned out to be inaccurate?" This question encourages them to recall specific instances that contradict their original claim, leading them to reconsider their stance without feeling directly challenged. The beauty of the Socratic method lies in its subtlety and power in fostering self-reflection and insight. By carefully crafting questions that lead people to examine their beliefs, you can guide them to a new understanding that aligns more closely with your perspective, all while they believe they are drawing conclusions independently. This strategy is not only effective in debates, but also in education, counseling, and everyday conversations, making it a timeless tool in the art of persuasion. Building on the intellectual engagement of the Socratic method, we explore a psychological phenomenon known as the defiant motivation. This strategy harnesses the human tendency to prove oneself in the face of doubt or challenge. Picture a scenario where you aim to motivate someone to achieve a goal or make a change. Instead of using encouragement, you challenge their capability or decision. For instance, if a friend is hesitant to start their own business due to fear of failure, you might say, "Are you sure you're cut out for entrepreneurship? It seems like a lot to handle." This reverse psychology tactic often sparks a fire of defiance in the individual, pushing them to pursue the action just to prove they can indeed succeed. This method taps into the intrinsic motivation and pride of individuals, turning doubt into a driving force. While it should be used cautiously and with positive intent, the defiant motivation can be a powerful tool in both personal and professional contexts, turning skepticism into an unexpected source of empowerment. Navigating the complexities of relationships, we delve into a subtle yet impactful strategy known as the reverse psychology in love and relationships. This technique involves one partner using reverse psychology to influence the other's decisions or behavior subtly. Imagine a scenario where one person in a relationship desires more quality time together but knows their partner resists overt demands. Instead of directly asking for more time, they might say, "I know you're really busy with work, so don't worry about making time for us this weekend." This statement could motivate their partner to prioritize their relationship, proving that they can make time, contrary to the challenge presented. This strategy plays on the natural human desire to rise to a challenge and assert autonomy, especially when one feels their independence is being respected. It's a dance of psychology where understanding and manipulation walk a fine line. Effective use of this method requires deep knowledge of the partner's personality and motivations, ensuring it fosters positive outcomes rather than resentment. While powerful, it underscores the importance of communication and sincerity in relationships, reminding us that the ultimate goal is mutual happiness and understanding, not just getting one's way.